Some people have asked me why I decided to share more of myself online, and more specifically why I created a YouTube channel, because it is so much work and it's potentially a little bit embarrassing, right? So I thought I would just make a video to share like my thought process and why I'm doing this. And people on the internet, if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel yourself but you're not quite sure why, maybe watching this video will help convince you. So first, sharing information online has just extremely high leverage. Sharing anything on the internet turns a linear amount of work into an exponential amount of value. Once you've shared something online, whether it's an essay, an image, a video, an interview, a podcast, it can be watched, listened to, viewed, and read by literally anyone from around the world at any time with an internet connection. Like, the amount of people you can reach is just huge. Way more than you can ever reach in reality. For example, the most popular video I have on my YouTube channel right now is a tour of my old apartment. That's been viewed, I think, just over 30,000 times. For the YouTube world, that number is not very big. But if you really think about it, that means it has been seen by 30,000 people. In reality, there's no way I would be able to give a tour of my tiny apartment to 30,000 people. And you can do this for literally anything. Isn't that insane? Yes. And because you can reach so many people online, you in turn can build up a community or an audience. And this can open a lot of doors for you, and it can provide you with a lot of opportunities. Individuals and even organizations might see something you do as interesting and want to reach out to you and collaborate or offer you a job or, get on a project. I think there are just so many unknown potential opportunities out there. And third, anytime that you create something online and you can monetize off of it, it becomes an asset for you. And if you ever work at it long enough and you build up a large enough of a digital asset library, maybe you can even make a living off of it. So you can spend the time creating what you love and then maybe quit a job you don't like. If you like your job, you can just still have like a side income, so you create more option for yourself by just having more money. I mean, who doesn't want that? I would love to have like more passive income so I can keep buying Bitcoin. Yay! Ugh. Okay, the next reason is that even if you don't manage to make any money off of it or create any opportunities for yourself along the way, you still build up a lot of skills, and these additional skills will make you more employable. Like, just through the process of forcing myself to create stuff online, share it, and have a YouTube channel, I've learned how to hopefully speak on camera and not be too awkward. Well, definitely less awkward than I used to be 1 year ago. I've learned how to video edit, how to upload, and do some basic marketing online. So, I mean, these are great skills to have in my resume for the future, no matter what happens. When you create something online and you share it and people watch it or listen to it or read it, they just get to know you a little bit better, Your colleagues, your friends, your family, they kind of understand a bit more about your interests and what you're thinking, and that can't be a bad thing. You have more to talk about when you meet. Because I think very often when people meet up, you just kind of have a bit of small talk, and I don't know, I'm someone who enjoys connecting on a deeper level. And if people have watched me pour my thoughts out on camera, maybe they just understand me a little bit better. If you do it for long enough, you have a record of who you used to be to look back on. For example, now I am so glad that I made a video showing my old apartment before I moved out, because maybe in 10 years time, when I'm living in a really cool, mansion somewhere, I'll look back and think, God, do you remember that first apartment I rented when I was living in Munich? That was actually quite nice, and I'll have a memory of that. Now, I try to search through my records for all those different student accommodations I've lived in through my life, or the different places I rented when I was doing internships, because that was pretty interesting to me. And now I don't have that record because I never managed to make it. Now the question is, why YouTube? Because there are literally so many different platforms. Basically, there are 5 reasons. So the first reason is creating long format videos on YouTube is just really, really hard. I think it's harder than making images and writing essays. It's just much harder to do. Therefore, fewer people do it, and fewer people will persevere. And this means there's going to be fewer competition. I hope anyway. Second, I think creating long format videos is just more unique, and more of your personality shines through, and people get to know you better and understand you better, and you're more memorable in their mind. For example, I can watch 10 TikTok videos from one person, and later on I just wouldn't remember what they're called. Whereas if I watch a couple of videos from a creator creator on YouTube, they tend to stick in my mind. And you know, in an era where there's just so much content available online, I should hope that my effort and my hard work goes towards making me as memorable as possible. The third reason is that YouTube is the second biggest search engine online after Google. If you post something on Instagram or TikTok, you can't really search for it, and after a period of time, it just kind of disappears behind all of the new content. Whereas if you do something that's interesting and post on YouTube, people can search for it and it comes up in the results at any time. It's worth doing something that has greater longevity. Fourth reason is that it's just more satisfying and fun for me. I try to create images on Instagram, I try to write tweets, but somehow it felt too much like work. And if I want to do something and persevere with it, I have to enjoy the process. And YouTube seems to be a little bit more enjoyable as a process for me, so I can see myself continue with it more than other social media platforms. And the last reason is that with YouTube, there is a clear way to monetize. Basically, if you reach a certain threshold that you can join the YouTube partner program, you can immediately start monetizing off their YouTube AdSense revenue. You don't have to negotiate with anyone, you don't have to sign any contracts or sponsorship deals. You can just start monetizing automatically straight away. And I think that's just slightly easier to begin with. But yeah, this sums up why I think it's worth sharing more information about myself online, especially why I am starting and hopefully persevering with my YouTube channel. So friends and family, if you ask me again, I will share this video with you. And people on the internet, if you want to start a YouTube channel and anyone asks you why, feel free to share this video with them. My name is Baixu. Baixu is also the name of my YouTube channel, original I know. I realized I never said this at any point during the video. If you found the content of this video interesting, please subscribe so maybe we can form a little community, and I will hopefully see you again in the next video. Bye!